Hello, this is Dr. Micah Jazz with Be Still and Know. Our house is a source of perpetual game of hide and seek. Both Jane and I put something in a safe place, and then, once required, we cannot for the life of us recall where that safe place is. Our many attempts to find what we are looking for lead to deepening frustration. We can't lay our hands on the items sought and needed, and there is no one to advise us if we're getting warmer or remain firmly stuck in the cold. I guess this is a common experience. I reflect upon my walk with God being something like a game of hide and seek. Of course, God never disguises or hides from us. Indeed, it is I, like Adam, who can feel somewhat embarrassed about meeting God, so I choose to hide or ignore God until I come to my senses, or so miss God's warm embrace that I fess up to whatever is keeping me from God. So much of my life has seen me caught up in the moment I'm living, or the project I'm pursuing, that whilst I may be committed to God, I'm not conscious of God's presence with me. The Benedictine monk David Steindl-Rast suggests we ask ourselves at least twice a day the simple question, isn't this surprising? Its purpose is to awaken us to seek God's presence within all that consumes our immediate attention in life. All too often I remain earthbound, my imagination disengaged as I robotically deal with my life in each and every one of the many moments that make up my day. The question is a provocation to awaken us to find God in the life we are experiencing. It is to remind my mortal self that I am in fact already redeemed and invited to live life through God's kingdom lens. Rast states that we may not like being awakened to the reality of our immediate circumstances. The surprise may be more nightmare than pleasure. Yet, just as a cold shower might prove unwelcome, it acts as a stimulus for my whole body, jump-starting me out of my mental reverie into clear consciousness of my immediate moment. This is something I can be grateful for. Without it, I might walk right past Jesus in the crowded thoughts that engulf me, failing to cry out like blind Bartimaeus. I might miss my healing moment as Jesus passes by. Once awakened and aware of the moment I find myself in, on an otherwise unremarkable day, I am invited to take hold of the opportunity of considering and consulting God, something I'd otherwise have missed. So each day I insert the question, isn't this surprising? For me, with my rhythms of prayer, it precedes the contemplative silence that starts my day, accompanies me into my coffee breaks, serves as a useful grace and time for reflection as I take lunch with the Lord, and finally as I close out my day before returning to my bed. As we enter into the God space today, you will find times in your day to ask yourself, isn't this surprising? You may be indeed surprised at just how close you are to God. Amen. This question has deepened my gratitude that I am loved by God, who is present even when I fail to notice. Now do please visit premier.org.uk/Voice of Hope. Join a Voice of Hope family and follow along with these daily meditations at home. And also join me this Sunday for Premier Life as well as for Be Still and Know throughout the week. However, for now, from me, Micah Jazz, it's goodbye and God bless.